Hi everyone, this is Dan from Headmania, and today I'm going to present a very special product that actually has invoked my passion from the depth of my audiophile passion and has risen to levels that I rarely experienced in this journey that I had since I started this hobby. There are a few products that I remember throughout my experience that have reached a level so good, so fun, and something that I will never forget. This is one of those products. And today I'm going to talk about a very special amplifier. Look at this baby. If you see this, it's not small at all, but it's the Chord Ultima Integrated speaker amplifier. And you can see here that it looks amazing. It also has a stunning build quality, and besides that, the design is very useful. As you can see here, I can play around with it because it has these bars. You don't know how important it is when you have big speaker amplifiers or heavy. This is not a very heavy one, but still, this is very, very helpful. And today, I'm gonna talk about this amplifier and what makes it special. First of all, the tests and all of the listening has been done at my house, in my listening room, on my system. And the system is basically combined of Rognal Wavelight DAC, but also the Martin Logan ESL 11A speakers. These speakers are really something else, and I have owned them for a while now, and I love them a lot. And until now, I have used them with benchmark HB2, which is a very good match. But let's just say that the Chord Ultima gives another level of experience, and I'm going to get into the details. And by the way, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and for more details, you will be able to read the written review, which can be found in the subscription below. You will find a little bit more details than in the video review there as well, more about the system itself and all of the components in the system, because it's not as simple as that, all the cables used there. Basically, you'll get more information than in the video in terms of specifics or details. But let's get back to it. First of all, this experience has been electrifying. It's one of those products that will remain in my memory. And you know that moment when you listen to something, because I went to Abbas store and they mentioned, look, you guys, if you have something that you can loan for a review, I'm here because I like and enjoy listening to new stuff, testing new stuff. So here I am. They have given me a very special product for this, and I thank you for that, Abbas store. You know that moment when you test something and you are so amazed by it, in the background you find your brain already working on ways of doing investments or plans on how to buy it. It was that good. Yeah, let's find out why. First of all, I would start with, I will go into the summary here in terms of some dissection in terms of the sound quality based on different things like bass, mid-range, treble, but also dynamics and stuff like that. And then also a comparison to AHB2 and how it sounded in my system. For more details on how I managed how I interpreted each song from the review, you can find the emotional experience in the written review. However, here I'm going to go to the summary directly. First of all, the first thing that struck me was the bass. The bass performance with Ultima Integrated is nothing short of monstrous. It's stunningly powerful, despite my speakers being active up to 300 hertz. They actually have a DSP and room correction up to 300 hertz. That helps me a lot, but I did not expect the difference. And I couldn't imagine the difference because they are active. They have their own amplifier up to 300 hertz, right? It was a totally different thing. The bass has an incredible punch, control, detail, and an unexpected depth. Usually when you gain in control and punch, you lose some of the depth, but no, this is not the case. You gain in all departments. It's as if somehow treated my room for better bass. This is the feeling that I got with this. Basically, the impact, slam, detail, and energy in the bass was irresistibly addictive. I just couldn't explain it. I don't know exactly what happened there, but that it happened. So I actually thought I had a big problem with the room. That was mostly fixed by the DSP within the speakers, but still, this is the next level. Now let's go to the mid-range. The mid-range with this amplifier is a revelation. It feels as though Thor himself is residing in the amplifier, commanding the speakers with unmatched control. The mid-range bursts with life, energy, and richness in detail. It is a contagious energy that electrifies every note. Electric guitars crackle with electricity, vocals spring to life, and cellos resonate, transporting you to a universe pure with vibrant energy everywhere around you. The treble, I would say that my speakers, by the way, are not a bright speaker. They are not bright speakers. But it certainly benefits from quality amplification to unlock the treble potential, because it actually goes up to less than 0.8 ohms as impedance over 17 kilohertz. It doesn't require a lot of power there, but not a lot of amplifiers can go to that impedance with ease. The Ultima Integrated, the Chord, excels in this, enhancing the treble without adding any brightness whatsoever. The result is a balanced, detailed treble with a satisfying attack and energy. I would go even further and talk about something that can be actually a topic on its own. The dynamics, slam, and timing on this monster are just amazing. It brings an electrifying life to the speakers, like a burst of Thor's lightning. The energy boost is phenomenal. The attack is explosively dynamic, akin to a strike from Mjolnir, while the decay is detailed yet natural. The precision in imaging and leading edges is impressive, layering the music in a way that allows you to focus on each instrument individually. The combination of precision and timing results in a vibrant, dynamic sound that still flows effortlessly and naturally. So basically, you get an infusion of energy. It just electrifies you. It just takes you from the seat, vibrates you until you get transformed to another form of energy, and puts you directly into the music. That's one of the best amplifiers from this perspective I've ever listened to, and it's actually, I think, the best that I listened to on these speakers so far. The tonality of this amplifier is a significant accomplishment as well. It manages to impress in all areas without sacrificing the tonality, which is really important. Instruments and vocals are textures in a way that's detailed yet natural, making the music feel alive. It's almost as if touching the textures of an instrument merges you into one with the music and the vibrations. You touch the texture, which is very lively, it's electrifying, you see it vibrating there, and it just transforms you into energy as well. But keeping this natural tonality, which is something that is really important. I mean, it's a combination of dynamics, detail everywhere, without sacrificing anything from the tonality. When it comes to the soundstage, my speakers actually, this is one of their strengths. I've never heard, or not never, but I've already heard speakers to compete in terms of soundstage with the Martin Logan speakers, the ESL 11A. But this amplifier unlocks this even further. It unlocks the potential, and I would say that the depth of each song is even greatly increased compared to the benchmark, for example, and the holographic experience is better. It's like being right there in front of your favorite singers. And now, if we talk about vocals, for example, and textures, I would say that they are really lively. They are really raw. I mean, it's for example, when I listen to Leonard Cohen or Johnny Cash, I felt like the their voice was actually starting in my throat. It was so the hoarse part of the voice was so well reproduced that I felt it in my body, and I felt that I was the one having problems with the hoarse voice, right? And sometimes I was so close into that voice, and it was so close to me. I felt like I almost took a handkerchief to wipe my face. I was too close to the singer. Now, let's make a comparison to AHB2, which has been one of my favorite amplifiers so far, and it still is, because if you look at the price difference, it is a price difference. I mean, probably 3 times as expensive, the Chord Ultima, but it's also an integrated amplifier, which HB2 is not. You need a preamplifier for it. So when I pitted my HB2 against the Chord Ultima Integrated amplifier using Hollow Bliss KTE as preamplifier with Rogna Wavelight as DAC, the difference in character was striking right from the get-go. It was almost like I was listening to an entirely different system. It was a very interesting experience. Let's go into different parts of the sound and how they compare. In the bass section, the difference is far from subtle. The Chord Ultima takes each bass note and hammers it home like Mjolnir, leaving me absolutely electrified. Despite the Martin Logan ASL 11A being active up to 300 Hz, and considering that I didn't expect a big difference here, the Ultima took me completely by surprise. The impact is like Thor hammers hit, and that's not all. It brings incredible speed, control, and depth. It felt as if I treated my room acoustically. With HB2, the bass bloom lingered, decaying a bit into the whirls. This was completely absent with Ultima. In terms of midrange, it's also a chapter where the Chord Ultima excels. It has a more pronounced midrange presence than HB2. Instruments and vocals feel more vibrant and textures more alive. It's like the Ultima adds more meat on the bones, emphasizing the lower midrange, while HB2 focuses more a bit on the upper midrange. HB2 still impresses with its clarity and cleanliness, but the Ultima is livelier with richer textures. In terms of treble, both amps offer good treble extension, but the Ultima's treble is smoother and more natural. It also has a slightly snappier attack in the treble region as well compared to HB2. The dynamics, both amplifiers actually forward-sounding amplifiers, but the Ultima clearly takes the lead. It's bursting with energy. Listening to metal and rock and even some ABBA and classical tracks on my speakers with Ultima felt metal, a testament to its dynamic prowess. The HB2 is dynamic and fun, but it just cannot keep up with the Ultima in this department. In terms of detail, the Chord Ultima Integrated takes the lead again, which can because it starts from the bass. The bass is more nuanced and controlled because it has better speed, and basically it has better impact, but it's being more controlled offers more nuance. The mid-range has better presence in general, I would say, and the textures in the instruments and vocals are livelier and more detailed. That's basically, overall, I would say this department also in the Chord Ultima favor. Tonality, the Chord Ultima's tonality is more natural compared to HB2, which can lead towards a more clinical presentation in general. The Ultima manages to sound natural yet electrifying. As a summary of a comparison, it's clear that I prefer the Chord Ultima over HB2, right? The experience with Ultima is electrifyingly energetic and fun. When the bass hits, it's like having your personal Mjolnir, simply exhilarating. The overall dynamics are superb, with an abundance of natural details, free from any brightness or digital harshness. Interesting, if you own two HB2s in mono bridged, you might get close to Ultima's experience. I actually tested this more than 1.5 years ago, 1.5 years ago, but I did not have this preamplifier, and I used the Rogna Wavelight directly as a preamp with the mono bridged HB2s. I would say that even if I didn't have this same setup, I would say that in a dual benchmark configuration, I noticed that you get a more natural sound in general. You get an improved mid-range presence, a holographical soundstage better than with only one, and overall better dynamics and bass. But remember, if you have two HB2s, you still need a good preamplifier. And basically you kind of reach the same price with a Chord Ultima, and it's more complicated because you need more cables, you need more space, I would say that while it would definitely be a more fair fight between the two, and it will be an epic fight at that, I still think that the Chord Ultima will ultimately win in energy, dynamics, liveliness, and natural tonality, which is very important. So this is kind of the summary, or not the summary, but this is most of the review. I would say that as a conclusion, this amplifier is definitely something that if you have the option of testing it in your system or testing it somewhere in a showroom near you, do it. By the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but this is the last version of the Ultima that was recently released by Chord. I believe it was directly the München Audio Show in 2023. So it's one of their latest products. I would say that it's a lovely product and it deserves your full attention. It's one of those products that I will never forget. And my brain is also already thinking of things and how I can ultimately get to buy it. So if you don't want your wallet destroyed, maybe you should avoid it. But it is an amazing product, and I'm really happy that I had the chance to review this one. So thank you for watching. Check the written review for more details. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.